of long-term planning for agriculture in the state. QFF CEO Travis Tobin says it was good to see those election commitments funded, but it was a missed opportunity to address competitiveness and productivity issues.
I think the biggest disappointment and the reason that QFF are not particularly impressed is there's a continued lack of a higher prioritisation and more strategic intent about agriculture that we're not seeing. So that's, realistically, there's some big issues out there that are coming. Yes, they're a little way off, and big opportunities as well. So if we are going to achieve some of these exciting opportunities that are out there, we need strategic intent and longer-term investment for that. So that's probably where we say is the biggest disappointment. And a lot of the competitiveness challenges that we're already facing, let's face it, we compete on a global scale. We're in a global market. We're not in a domestic market. Competitiveness challenges, there's productivity challenges, and some of those big longer-term enablers and drivers of that for a sustainable and profitable, particularly intensified agricultural sector are being overlooked. So they're sort of why we're saying that's a disappointment as far as longer-term vision, bigger picture investment for the things that really matter.
Were there things that you lobbied for that weren't funded?
So that weren't funded, obviously electricity prices, that'll come as no surprise. That's something that we have been continually going fairly hard on for a while now. And again, that's just a reality of where we are. So there is work happening, but we'd like to see a lot more commitment towards a true transition to that. So, there should be a price relief now as well as a transition to something appropriate, and we're just not getting that vision. Similarly, connection infrastructure, there wasn't a hell of a lot on that. The federal government announced fourth black spot funding again, fourth round black spot funding. State government didn't match that. More strategic investment in biosecurity. So we've got a biosecurity plan now, a 5-year plan, 2018 to 2023. We don't really have a longer-term funding model to how some of that will be delivered. And as we know, the responsibilities of biosecurity for farmers is becoming greater and greater. So there's some of the bigger picture disappointments.
Is this showing a reflection that there's an inability of the industry to lobby the government effectively? We've seen this year the Native Veg Act get through, and now a budget that's been described as pretty lacklustre as far as agriculture is concerned. How much does the agricultural lobby need to look at how they're doing it to be more effective?
That's probably a good point. I think probably challenges there is a couple of things. I think so. Just by evolution of what's happened in demographic shifts, I think now in Australia, as in other parts of the world, particularly the Western world, that natural connection that existed in the cities, between cities and countries. So everyone had an uncle or an auntie or a grandmother or a grandfather or someone who had a bit of country somewhere. So that sort of natural connection is not as evident now. So that provides it a bit more of a challenging position when you're talking directly about advocacy groups, is how do we connect better with those who don't necessarily have the same understanding as what used to happen on a farm that they did. So that's a new challenge, and I think what you're saying about that, I would say it's about educating those people who no longer understand that, why it is important. So the irony of it all is, a strong and productive, vibrant, healthy agricultural sector, yes, it's good for farmers, but it's also good for everyone. You get the benefits of export growth, which helps governments balance accounts, those sorts of things. You get job creation throughout regional areas. You get stability. You get purposeful employment. You get a lot of spin-off benefits from a stable and productive agricultural sector. Clearly there needs to be a bit more done about how that is communicated better and how it's connecting better with people.
QFF CEO Travis Tobin speaking there to Cassie Huff.